Hey y'all. What's up, everybody? It's your girl Songs, aka Topnotch.Trophy. You already know what it's hitting for. Oh my god. Stop. Let me stop being ratchet. What's up, you guys? It's your girl Songs. Did y'all miss me? Did y'all miss me? Did y'all miss me? I know y'all miss me. I know. Okay, so I really wanted to get into it today because y'all know I've been on a hiatus. I've been so busy with life. I know y'all probably wondering why you never see me. I'm pushing Lamborghinis. Let me stop. Yeah, so I just been busy living, guys. I know y'all don't. I've been busy living an interesting life because life is worth living. And I don't really have much advice to give anymore because I'm not really a sugar baby anymore. I'm just a regular degular girl from Florida, just trying to find my way in this big world. So I've been basically chilling, like big chilling. But there was a show that I wanted to watch that I was hearing about called Dirty John, a show on Netflix. And I thought it was worth the watch. So I went ahead and I looked it up and I found every episode on my little hookup. I don't have a Netflix account, but I got a little detour where I can get I have is this Showtime? This is not Showtime. What website is this? MovieBox Pro. MovieBox Pro, y'all. It has everything. It has everything you need. It has Netflix shows, it has new movies, it has old movies, it has everything. Yes. So I have that. And basically I watched Dirty John because it was recommended. And I thought it was such a good show. Season 1 was really interesting. Like, I literally watched it in one day. I watched it overnight, actually. I don't even think I slept that night. But season 2 was quite interesting, too. It had a little... the start of it was kind of confusing because it would go from the past to the present to the future to the present to the past to the future. Well, not even the future, but it was always going between past and present, which I think they did a really great job editing. But yeah, y'all, I got some seafood. I'm gonna be kind of eating and explaining. I don't know how that's gonna pan out. But I have some lobster here, some lobster tails, and some clams. And I have my handy dandy gloves because I don't like my hands smelling like seafood. But yeah, I'm going to see how this is going to work because I really wanted you guys to see the video of Elizabeth Broderick. I was literally obsessed. I had to literally look up who this was about, the actual people, because Dirty John is just a reenactment of what happened. What happened. It's kind of like Snapped, but it's acted out. It's really good. I loved it. So Elizabeth Broderick, sorry. I have to pronounce her name correctly so she don't come for me. But yes, Elizabeth, everybody called her Betty. So basically with Betty, she was a young bride. Well, she was a young woman when she met her husband. I forget his name. I think his name was Dan. Yeah, Dan. She was young when she met Dan. Basically, they were both fresh out of high school, entering into college, or they were entering into college or about to enter into college. And basically they met. Oh, I should have got some water. My voice. I've been working today, y'all, so my voice is kind of parched. But anyways, with Elizabeth, aka Betty, she met her husband while they were young. I said that already. And they got married. They were each other's first. So they broke each other's virginity. They took each other's virginity, which I thought was so great. And it was appropriate for that time. Basically, the type of mother Betty had, Betty kind of had a similar mother to mine. My mom was just not compassionate. My mom just doesn't take her time to like, well, that's really similar to Betty's mom. Like, she's just not passionate. Like, I remember Betty got her period and her mom just like threw her in the bathroom and gave her a pad and just like gave her quick instructions and left. Like, she wasn't even, she didn't feel any type of way about it. She was just like, here's a pad. This is what you do with it. Put it on. That was basically it. So basically, I feel like she was missing that love. I feel like that's what made her want to stick with this guy so bad. But anyways, they got married young. Betty basically was working when she met her husband, and he was in school. So he wanted to be a doctor. He went to school to be a doctor. He went and practiced medical. He went to go be an MD, which is a doctor. Y'all know that already. And he went to one of the top schools in Boston. Was it Boston? Y'all, I'm telling this story all crazy. You can tell a person's character by how interesting they can tell a story. And the way I'm telling the story right now is like, but yeah, what happened was, starting over for the 10th time, y'all, I need to be camera ready. But yeah, what happened was basically, they got married young. They took each other's virginity. They were on honeymoon, and they got back home, and Dan started going to school. He basically couldn't work a stable job because he had to study. So what Betty did was she footed the bills, even while she was pregnant with their first and second child. She pretty much was a saleswoman, and she made decent money, enough for them to pay their rent, pay their bills or whatever. So fast forward, Dan decided he didn't want to be a medical doctor anymore. He decided being a doctor was too boring. It's too boring. He can't be creative, and he just doesn't want to do it. So he wants to get into law instead. More years of him studying. And she's just working like a dog. And finally he graduates, and their mantra was always to, get money. Their mantra was image, success. I went blank for a moment. Like, I forgot their mantra, but they had a mantra that they will always say: image, confidence, and success. There you go. Image, confidence, and success. That was their mantra that they would say all the time, because they were striving, they were building in that stage. They were in their young phases of life. So they always kept a poker face when it came to life things. Oh my God. Yeah, I ordered some lobster, and hold on. I'm starting to regret this. I didn't even look at it really. Okay, it's fine. It looks fine. I thought it was like, do y'all see that? But I'm so mad. They only gave me 2. Like, I paid for a pound. They only gave me like 2 tails, which I'm about to report them. I'm about to get my $20 back for this fake ass pound. Let me taste this. It's eatable. It's eatable. See, the thing is, I bought this from a Chinese restaurant. You know, people buy seafood, they usually get it from like Juicy Crab, Mr. Krabs. But there's a Chinese restaurant that in my neighborhood that sells seafood. So the first time I got from them, it was really good. I got some shrimp. It was really good. So this time I got lobster tails, and this is good too. Lobster tails is good. It's decent. Yeah, baby. Look at that. My bad, y'all. I'm getting greedy. But anyway. When it came to Dan, he basically had to work a lot. Ooh. Oh, bless me. Oh my God, spiders. Y'all. These aren't, I didn't even get spicy ones, but I guess the seasoning is making me sneeze. Yeah, that was it. That's all I paid for. $20 for 1 pound. That's all they gave me. I should have went to Juicy Crab. That is sad. That is really, really sad. I'm upset. And I'm going to get my money back for this. I'm not paying for this. I'm not paying for this. They only gave me 2 crabs. Like, I mean, oh my God, my face. Where's my napkin? They only gave me 2 little pieces of crab, lobster tail. What's wrong with them? They tried it. I'm gonna get my money back. Surely is. I paid too much money for them to only give me 2 little pieces. Ooh, yay. I also got some mussels because I like mussels. They're so good. Okay, so before I put this in my mouth, so Dan was pretty much a career guy. He was always at work, always at meetings, always at dinner, always at lunch, always on the go. He basically wasn't home much. He was home, but he wasn't home much. Betty was the main caregiver. They had 4 children altogether. Betty had suffered from miscarriages. She had been like big pregnant before, and literally being big pregnant, she suffered from a miscarriage. So I don't like that one. Too much garlic. I'm such a lame. I don't like garlic in my food like that. Like, I like garlic in my food, but not salty. I have salt. Mm-mm. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm gonna eat this right quick because it's not that many. Not that many. So eat it before it's cold because I hate when my food get cold. Once my food get cold, I gotta go put it in the microwave and heat it up again. So I don't got time for that right now. Mm-hmm. Y'all wanna see what I'm eating? Mussels. Mussels make the pum pum grip. Let me tell you about mussels. Make the pum pum tight. Make it grip. You don't know how to grip? I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you. So good. Okay, this is what I'm about to do. I have corn and potatoes and all that, but that's doing too much. That's doing way too much. Let me eat my one potato. Would I ever get seafood from this Chinese restaurant again? I don't think so. The money wasn't worth it. Even though it was like kind of on the low end, I'd rather go to Juicy Crab or Crab House or Mr. Crab and pay my little $70 for my 2 pounds than pay $30 and not even get that much food. Or when I go to Juicy Crab, that food be lasting me like 4 days. Okay. All right, I'm done, y'all. All right, that was quick. Yeah, y'all, I haven't been able to sit down and enjoy a meal because I've been working like crazy. Shoot, let me go get a drink really quickly because I'm kind of thirsty. I'll actually be right back. I'll be right back, y'all. Right back. Let me wipe my face. Be right back. Hold on, y'all. I gotta clean up right quick. I smell like food up in here, up in here. Smells like seafood up in here, and I'm very particular on smells and scents. Like everything I do, every room in this house has a spray can somewhere close. Okay, y'all. I'm done being ratchet. I'm sorry. I am so sorry. My apologies. But yeah, like y'all, this has to be like the most ghettoest live that I've ever made. I'm just everywhere. I don't even have anything really to say. Let me see. How do I feel about Betty, Miss Betty Broderick? To me, Miss Betty Broderick has been such an example, such a great example of what not to do as a young woman. When she got married to this guy, she was so young, she was so beautiful, like she was gorgeous. Like when I say gorgeous, I mean it. Okay, let me share my screen so you guys can see what I'm talking about. So I want to share this screen. How do I do that? Yeah, I only been gone for like 2 months. I already forgot how to use all this stuff. Share screen. Okay, here it is. Okay, y'all, so as you guys can see, this is Miss Elizabeth Broderick on her wedding day. She was absolutely stunning. She was gorgeous. She was beautiful. She was such a light. She was such a trophy. What millionaire wouldn't want this beautiful woman as his wife in her early 20s? But no. You know what she did? She chose love over stability. It was her decision. She chose to be with this guy who was nothing. He was nothing before her. He gained everything with her. You know what he did to repay her? He left her. This is her. This is Betty. I thought Betty was like a young thing still. I thought she was at least still beautiful like this. But y'all, this is Betty. That's the Betty that got divorced. This is the Betty that got left for a 20-year-old. This is the Betty that got cheated on and was gaslighted for 2 years before her husband finally decided to divorce her. This is the Betty that got left. And this is a normal part of life. Getting older. And this is why women are so insecure. This is why women do all of these surgeries in order to keep a man's attention, because we want to drink from the fountain of youth, stay young forever, never get old, never get gray hairs, never get wrinkles, never get flabby butt, never get cellulite, never, ever, ever be less than perfect, because we want to keep our man, right? But Miss Elizabeth had other plans. Betty, oh my gosh. She did the unthinkable, you guys. She did the absolute unthinkable. Betty Betty. I'm actually I was very flabbergasted to see that Betty was so beautiful when she was young, and this is what she turned into. But she was an older woman. She was 40. Her husband was 40. They were like the same age, but he retained his youth. He literally looks the same. So you saw him on their wedding day. This is them on their wedding day. And what Dan ended up doing, he married this woman, he married Betty, took all her youth, used her up, was with her for 16 years, used her up, threw her away once he got the life that he worked so hard for. Once he got the life that he, went to all those meetings for, all those dinners for, all those lunches for, all those parties, those, company parties for, everything finally paid off in the end. And instead of him sharing that life with his wife, the one that he's been with, this woman here that he married, he went off and literally replaced her with a woman that looked just like him. I mean, just like his ex-wife. Not just like him. She kind of looks like him, though, just a little bit. So this is Betty and her husband when they were young, when they didn't have anything. And this is Dan and the new woman, who was basically a assistant at his law firm, because he was a lawyer, right? So there was a front desk girl at the law firm. He gave her, Dan liked her, thought she was so beautiful, but she looks just like, she looks just like Betty when she was young. So all she did was trade Betty in for a newer model. Like Betty was just a car. It was so disgusting how drawn out the divorce was. He used every inch he could take to break Betty, and it was just horrible. He just kept his foot on her neck and just didn't let up. And the main reason was because he didn't want to, he just like fell out of love with her one day. Like literally they were fine one day, they was even planning to have more children. They were planning to have more children, and literally, boom, she got left. She got left for the assistant. And I wanted to show you guys this video as well. Let me show you guys. Hold on one second. Let me remove this. I wanted to show you guys a video of Betty actually talking and discussing the marriage that she had with her husband. And it was, towards the end, the things that he would say to her, I thought it was terrible. I've watched so many interviews on her, but the one that really caught my eye was the first one that I watched, because she literally said with her own mouth the things that Dan, her ex-husband, said to her. So let me see here. Okay, here it is.
Secret love letters.
Oh no, this is not it. Geez, Louise, what is it? I think this is it. No, this isn't it. I just had the video and I lost it. Decisions on Betty. No. I can't find the video. No. Okay, let me try something else. Here it is. Found it.
Betty brought.
Okay, so I want you guys to watch this. I don't know if it's monetized or not, but hey, you only live once, YOLO. So I want you guys to hear what Betty had to say. Mind you, she got married when she was like 19. Fast forward. Years later. Was it 20 or 16? Let me do the math on that. The math doesn't matter. The point is, she got divorced while she was in her late 40s or mid 40s or early 40s, whatever it is. She didn't learn a trade. She didn't go to school. She dedicated her life to being a housewife. And this is what happens to her in the end.
Broderick remembers the day, November 5th of last year, the day she said she finally had it.
And I was just standing in that kitchen saying, you know, Jesus Christ, I'm turning 42 years old. And I've been put through this bullshit since I was 35. 7 years of my life wasted.
For the past 2 days, Betty brought.
Isn't that unfortunate, guys? Like, this woman got divorced when she was 35, not even 40 yet. She had been divorced for 7 years before she finally decided to cut her husband. Not even cut him. Like, she literally pow-powed him. She pow-powed him and his new wife. She was obsessed for 7 years because she just couldn't figure out why she had gotten divorced from the love of her life. The man that she'd given up her youth for. The man that she'd given up her life for. Why did he just want to all of a sudden up and get up and jump up and skip up and run up and leave? What did she do wrong? She did absolutely nothing wrong. I think he wanted someone new for the fact that, Betty had been with him since they were both broke. And when she would be out around his friends, she would mention little things like that. She would be like, oh my God, this restaurant is so nice, babe. Remember when we were still on food stamps? Babe, remember when we couldn't feed the kids? Babe, remember when we had to, wrap up little Johnny in toilet paper when we couldn't afford diapers? Remember when we used to like, she would just bring up the struggle so much, and he hated that. And he started annoying her. But that's still not a reason to, divorce your wife. So once she understood that, he didn't like that, she started being real bougie. She leveled up real quick. She's like, oh, I'm not poor anymore. I'm not poor anymore, babe. Can we get that house that's on the beach, shore. It's so beautiful. It's enough space. It's enough space for me, you, and the kids. She started spending then. Okay. And I was like, you go, girl. However, she didn't know what was coming to her.
Broderick had been telling the court about her bitter 5-year divorce war with prominent attorney Daniel Broderick, how she says he left her destitute, without custody of their children, and how he left her for a younger woman. It was now more than she could bear.
I was just a mess. Everything just came down on me, and I just couldn't stand it another minute. And that's what I wrote on the steps. I just can't stand this. I'm telling people I'm a child molester and I'm crazy and I'm an unfit mother.
Unable to sleep, Betty went to the home of her ex.
Tragic. So what happened was Dan was a lawyer, as you guys know. And in order for him to, get his way in court, he would fabricate a lot of stories. He would embellish the truth. And he would just make her look bad and look unfit and just look like she was a lunatic instead of, hearing her side and, compromising. He would just make it all his way or no way. It would be all his way or no way. And she suffered for a long time, being dragged through the legal system, going through a nasty divorce with her husband, who was a top lawyer in the whole state. He was actually the president of the bar board. So for him, he had a great advantage over her. She couldn't even, no lawyer in the city wanted to work with her. None of them wanted to. The only person who did take her case was a woman, and Betty ended up not paying her. So, it was just a lot. Betty did, cause a lot of this on herself too, but it was a lot of just back and forth, and him just punishing her when she was a good woman to him. Like, the divorce actually caught her by surprise. The affair caught her by surprise. Everything caught her by surprise. So she wasn't prepared. She wasn't strategic. She was very emotional. And just like she is now, just crying. Like, she would cry almost every second of the episode sometimes. Like, every time she got on camera, tears in her eyes, crying. After a while, I just got bored. I'm like, oh my God, she's gonna just keep crying. Like, when is her empowering moment? But I guess she had that empowering moment on November 5th, the night, that one unfaithful night, where everything it just went. So,
Husband and his new wife Linda had entered their house with a handgun in her purse. And although she admits shooting Dan and his bride of 7 months to death, she doesn't remember pulling the trigger.
I went into the room to talk to them or to wake them up or something, and they moved and I moved and it was over. I remember the real loud noise 5 times, but I didn't clearly remember it then.
Yes, so surprise, if you didn't know, yes, she ended up putting her ex-husband and his new wife in a body bag. Like, she made it her duty to make sure that they don't enjoy their life. And for some reason, it's so hard for me to feel sympathy for the husband on how he treated Betty, because Betty was totally 100% devoted to the marriage. She never lashed out. She just tried to be a perfect wife. She would dress expensively. She would dress nicely. The best cloth, best attires, best shoes, everything the best for Betty. But everything went downhill when, she just lost her confidence when he started the affair. And as soon as he started the affair, she started getting wind of it. She just started going crazy. Like, she had no strategy. She had no strategy at all. And then it got so bad that She had to compete with her for her own husband. Like, she had to compete with her own husband and ended up losing the competition and ended up getting divorced, having to move out of their beautiful home, and he moved another woman in their home. He had enough money to go buy another house, but he moved that woman into their old home. Crazy. It's terrible. So the way everything happened, it was just like, wow, she really did that. Like, she did that. She did that. They had been divorced for like 7 years already by the time she decided to go ahead and, do the damn thing.
I mean, I just remember the noise.
Later that day, she turned herself in. Betty Broderick is on trial for 2 counts of first-degree murder, but she contends shooting Daniel and Linda was in self-defense after years of torment. The trial continues tomorrow with Betty Broderick still on the stand. Marianne Kushi, News 8.
This trial has been standing room only.
I was happy to finally be married. I wanted to be married very much all my life, and I was looking forward to cooking and fixing up the house and cleaning and having children.
Broderick told how she worked several jobs at a time, even while she was pregnant, putting Dan through medical and law school. She was composed until the subject of her children.
Was there a second child born?
Yes. Go ahead.
Broderick told
All her life, all she wanted to do was be a housewife. All she wanted to do was fix up a house. All she wanted to do was change dirty diapers and wait hand and foot for her husband. That's all she wanted to do all her life, just be a wife. And that's where a lot of modern women are just not falling for that anymore, because they realize that guys of today, a lot of modern women are just realizing that guys of today, they're just not worth it. A lot of men are looking for that virtuous woman, that woman that's submissive, that woman that, cares about them, is going to look after them, be loyal, be faithful, be everything that God intended a woman to be. But a lot of women don't want to do that anymore, because women have, evolved over the years, over the centuries, to realize that they don't get anything in the end for being a good person. You don't get anything in the end for being nice, being submissive, being honest, being vulnerable. You get spat on by men. You get walked all over. You get danced over, or you get traded in when you get old, young, like when you're older. They trade you in for a younger model, like you're a car, like you're a suit or socks or something like that. They just trade you in like you're an inanimate object. Men, that's why women have been evolving, because we've realized that it's just, there's so much more to life than to be obsessed over a man. There's so much to life than to be obsessed over a man who could drop you on your head at any time and wouldn't even feel bad about it. He wouldn't even feel any type of remorse. He wouldn't feel any type of sorrow. He wouldn't feel any type of regret or feel like he's entitled to any type of loyalty to you. So a lot of women, have been fed up, due to the fact that men just aren't going to change. Men just aren't going to change. A lot of them come from a long lines of cheaters and womanizers and men that have like second families and outside kids outside of their marriage and cheating and leaving women for the assistant. Like, there's so much history, like track records of men doing such things and just leaving women out in the cold hurt. So that's why women really, push for suffrage. That's why women really push for rights and push for the ability to work, because we got tired of being oppressed underneath a man. We got tired of a man being our end all be all when we can be doing whatever we want to do with whoever we want to do it with, whenever we want to do it. And just, live a good life. But this is a case. Betty is definitely a case of where things just went too far. And she was the last wave. I think she was the last wave of women that really want to be housewives. Like in this generation, because she was born in like 1960. I don't know. Excuse me. She was born in like 1950, 1960. Like women these days don't want to be housewives like that. Most women will tell you they don't want to be a housewife. They don't mind going 50-50 on bills as long as a man's respecting them. A man is not cheating. A man can, make them feel happy and feel special. A lot of women don't mind doing that. But even if a woman goes 50-50, they still don't get the respect. Even if the woman is a housewife, they still don't get the respect. So it's like women aren't the problem. Women are evolving because we want to get away from being oppressed by men. We want to get away from being oppressed by having expectations that we should be X, Y, and Z, or we should just live for a man. Our existence should be surrounded around a man. Especially when couples aren't even staying together like that anymore. Betty Broderick was a starter wife. She was a man's first wife. As soon as he reached the peak of his success, it's when he threw her in the trash, like she was nothing to him. Do you know how traumatizing that is? She didn't go to school. She dedicated her whole life to waiting for this man hand and foot, being barefoot and pregnant, having all his children. She gave birth 4 times and suffered from 2 miscarriages. She made an army of kids for this guy, and he just picks up and leaves for a younger version of her. Do you see the insanity that women have to deal with? And then we're the crazy ones. We're the crazy ones, right? So, of course, Betty Broderick's case got a lot of attention because it's so relatable to so many women. So let's go ahead and continue with this. I thought that was important. What she says here, I'm not sure what she's going to be referring to, but you guys are going to hear something that's just so heartbreaking to me. And I felt so bad for her because when she got married, she was actually really beautiful. So let me continue.
Told how when her husband started making what she called major money as a medical malpractice attorney, he started looking unhappy, and how he finally told her.
A lot of this was my fault because I was old and fat and ugly and boring and stupid. And that, he just wasn't having any fun in life anymore.
That is just insane. When I heard this woman say that, like, it's the reality for a lot of women. Once they've been with a man for so many years and he's just so used to her and he's got money now. He was with her when she was broke, but now she got money, she got bread, he got money, bread, status, power, influence, intelligence, a great connection. He has everything at the tip of his fingers. Meanwhile, all the woman has is her kids, her husband, her house, and her friends. That's all she has. She doesn't have any money. Her money comes from him. Her validation comes from him. Her life comes from him. Her social circle comes from him. Everything that she obtains comes from him. He's the source. So it's like, this is natural for families to do. This is like it's completely natural for a woman to be dedicated to her husband. I'm not saying that at all, but it hurts. It hurts being ripped out of that because you're fat now, because you're old, boring, stupid. I just couldn't believe it. When she said that, I gasped.
Old, fat, ugly, boring, and stupid. You try to be younger, and you go and try to get wrinkles taken off your face that weren't even there. You try and get your teeth fixed because I have one tooth that's a little tiny millimeter of something crooked, and I tried to be perfect. Absolutely flawlessly perfect for Dan Broderick.
By now, Dan Broderick had hired as his assistant Linda Colkina.
That is so terrible. The pressure women have to live under. And men always say, oh my God. They're like, oh my God, women, they have to get their hair done. They have to get their nails done. They spend so much money on cosmetics. They spend so much money on beauty products. They spend so much money on outfits and nails. They always complain about what we're spending money on. But why they ain't never complaining about when they leave us for a woman that has all those things. You over here trying to be plain Jane, and he's over there with Miss glammed up goddess. He's over there all up in the glammed up goddess's face, and you're over there trying to be basic Betty. You trying to be submissive Sandy, actually listening to what he has to say. Oh my God, babe, I don't like when you wear makeup. Babe, I don't like when you wear real hair. Really? You lying. You lying. Because as soon as we go to the mall and you see a girl with hair, long hair, big ass eyelashes, and lipstick and blush and butt shots, what do? You turn your head and you look at her. If I wasn't there, you probably try to get her number. So men lie all the time, all the time. See me, I'm here in my natural because I don't care. I don't do what I do for a man. I don't make my moves for a man. I am who I am, and a man has to accept that or not. Like, that's the type of vibe that the modern woman is on. The modern woman is not bending down and letting a man kick her in the face just for the sake of love. We're not doing that anymore. We're not doing that any longer because it's not worth it. We don't get anything in the end for that. So if men are complaining that women aren't submissive anymore, why do you deserve a submissive woman? When you had submissive women, you know what you did? You damaged them. You know what you did to a submissive woman? Oh, back in the day? You know what your granddad did to a submissive woman? You know what your granduncle did to submissive women? You know what your granddad's friends and all them did to submissive women? They damaged them. So why are we going to watch our grandmother's mistakes, our mother's mistakes, and repeat that? It's just a cycle of misery. Women are just not appealed by being housewives anymore because men don't know how to keep it in their pants. We don't want to be submissive anymore because men don't know how to keep it in their pants. Men don't know loyalty. Women are the most loyal people in the world. We have to be loyal to our children. They come first. Women understand commitment because we have something called a womb. When our children come out of our body, we have to take care of them. We have to nurture them. We have to be responsible for them for all of their life. However, a man doesn't have that same feeling about a woman. He may feel like that until they say I do, and once they say I do, 20 years later he starts going through a midlife crisis and all of his values go out the window. Now he's walking in, he's jumping in a Maybach, now he's jumping in a Ferrari, Corvette, and he's leaving you stuck at home with the pets and the children while he's riding around town with a younger version of you. Men, see, the thing with men is they don't understand that they're gonna get old too. I've never seen a couple, like an older couple, where where just the man looks young and the woman looks old. Yes, women do age quicker than men, but it doesn't stay like that. Men have a drastic drop in appearance once they reach a certain age. And nobody talks about that. No one talks about that. Yes, they stay looking younger longer, but after they reach a certain age, it's like night and day. They just fall, like their looks just fall off, all the way off. Every time I see two older people like together, they just look old. They both look old, okay? It's not like, oh my God, he looks younger, she looks younger. No, they both look old, okay? So I think men aren't grasping on to the concept that they're going to get old, their looks are going to reach up to them, and then they're going to be saggy balls, saggy skin, saggy under chin, droopy eyes, just look disgusting. And then you're going to be trying to be with a younger woman, who a young 25-year-old thing, and she's just looking at you in disgust. She doesn't want you to touch her. She's like faking like she's sleeping at night. She's just rolling over, giving you her back, because she's just there for the money. She's just there for the fun. She's just there for the accolades. She's just there for the benefit. She's not there because of your heart. And some men, they don't care. They're like, I don't care if she's here for my heart, long as she's here, which is whatever. If that's what you live by, that's on you. That's your morals. That's your values. But man, wouldn't it be nice if you had someone that had been with you, who knows your heart, who loves you for you? But men don't appreciate that. They just want the prettiest woman that they can find, or the cleanest woman that they can find, or the youngest woman that they can nurture, I guess. I don't know. Guys are so weird. Men are just so weird. And it's even been a struggle for me to figure them out. I just study them. Like, I just study men, because I just really don't understand a lot of the times where they get the logic, even though they're pretty predictable. Like, some guys you can tell if it's going to last or not. Like, some guys you can really tell if it's going to last. But other guys, they play it so cool. They act like everything's fine. They can fake a marriage. They can fake a relationship. They can fake a marriage until they find that young woman that they were looking for. So for me, it's like I have a choice on what I want to do in my life, because I'm still 25 years old. You know, do I want to be a starter wife, or do I want to be a, leveled up wife? Do I want to be the traded one? Do I want to be the upgraded wife? Because a lot of these guys are divorced. When you date married men, a lot of them are divorced. It's the truth. They've been married before. They have child support. They have spousal support. They have a lot of payments to make. So, you just got to be prepared for that. You have to be dealing with another woman and his children. Like, Linda had a lot to deal with, because Betty was literally harassing the crap out of Linda. She was harassing the crap out of Linda, out of Dan, because she was just so hurt. And like, she just couldn't let that hurt go. For many, many, many years, she stayed stuck in that hurt, all the way up until she killed both of them. Oh, I said the K word. Until she put both of them in a body bag. So this is Miss Linda. Everybody say hello to Miss Linda, the homewrecker. Miss Linda, open legs Linda. Messing with her boss, who was a married man. Oh God. And I'm saying, if a man's not willing to leave his wife, is that really your man? And I think I don't want to blame Betty at all for what happened to her, but I feel like her accusing him all the time of sleeping with her kind of pushed her into his arms, pushed him into her arms, because Betty would always accuse Dan of sleeping with Linda. And I think the sexual tension was building, but he tried to keep it innocent at first until, Betty just started going crazy at that. She just started going ballistic. Even though her intuition was correct, but she just wasn't strategic. She just let it blow up in her face. And that's not how you deal with someone who's especially as smart as a lawyer. Lawyers play chess, not checkers. So she didn't learn. Betty didn't learn from that. But hey, this younger version probably, she was a paralegal, so probably a little smarter.
And soon, Betty said, it was clear the two were more than just working together. Betty remembers her 37th birthday spent without Dan.
And when the kids went to bed, I slit my wrists and swallowed every pill I could find in the house.
And later the same month, when Betty went to surprise Dan for his birthday and she found evidence in his office that he and Linda had been partying.
So I threw all his clothes in the backyard and I put gasoline on them and I lit them. And I waited for him to come home for the home-cooked roast beef dinner he wanted for his birthday.
When Dan finally admitted to her he had been having an affair with a...
That is so sad. For his birthday, she went and cooked him a roast beef dinner. He didn't even show up. He didn't even show up to his own birthday dinner that his wife cooked. He was out with the little mistress. He was out with the little young thing. The young thing. Living his best life, child. And that was, that's a trend. Even when I was watching Love and Basketball, Monica's mom was very submissive to her husband. Monica's mom was basically a housewife. She did everything for her husband. She cooked, she cleaned, she, washed, she, ironed his clothes. And Monica really resented her mom because her mom was so submissive. And Monica just didn't respect her mom because of that, because her husband, Monica's father, did not appreciate all the services that the mother was doing. Like, he basically just treated her like a doormat. And I remember when Monica had that conversation with her mother. And that was very, eye-opening to me, because Black women, we ain't playing that. Like, today's women, we ain't playing that. Like, if you can't offer me respect, I'm doing all of this work for you. You can't even give me an ounce of appreciation. Like, come on now. I understand you're paying the bills, but it's like we should both appreciate each other. We should both pour into this relationship to where it's bubbles out love. It's love that overpours the cup. But, guys feel like, cooking and cleaning ain't enough work. Cooking and cleaning and washing, that's nothing. I go out and I get that bacon and I bring it home, and all you do is cook it. You don't do as much as me. I feel like men kind of resent women in that way too. But it is what it is. Men don't birth children, so it's like you have to have understanding when it comes to that. Like, you don't birth children. You don't have to worry about blood clots and hemorrhages and all of this stuff because you're taking medicine to give birth to a child. You're not risking your life to give birth. And you just go out and get money. And literally, this is a world that man created. So it's easy to be successful in this world that man created. But we have to do something godly. We have to give birth. No one can teach us how to do that. No one can teach us how to do that. No one can give us strength. No one can huddle around us and give us the strength to do that. We have to do that on our own. By our faith in God, that's the only thing that can pull us through. while giving birth. And I never gave birth before, but I know it's very life-changing once you give birth, like, and understanding my duty as a woman, like, come on now. You can't compare being a woman to being a man at all. It's not even on the same playing field. But we both should be respected for our duties. Definitely. So, yes. Betty is just a story of a woman who got burned in the end. She got burned badly. Let me see here.
His assistant, he said that she, Betty, was crazy.
He kept telling me that I was sick and that I was crazy and I needed help. And he told the children that I was sick.
How did that affect you?
It made me feel sick.
At the same time, Dan was still sending Betty flowers. But within months, she said, he sold their only joint property from beneath her, their home. When he wouldn't.
Now, this is the most important part to me that I feel like is so notable in the whole situation, is the fact that this woman literally sacrificed her life to raise his children and be his anchor. All she had, the only thing she had on her name was the house. And as soon as the divorce happened, he sold it. She had nothing to her name after that. Nothing. Nothing to her name. This is why women don't want to be submissive to men. What do you get in the end? You get to be homeless. You have to go live in a shelter, a woman's shelter. If y'all break up, what do women really get? We always have to walk on eggshells. That's why women are so submissive now, because we always have to appease to a man, appease his ego, try to massage his ego so that he doesn't just get up one day and say, get out of my house and banish us. You know, and then what do we have? What do we have in the end? What do we have in the end? This is why women do not want to be submissive anymore. This is why women don't want to be housewives anymore. This is why women don't even want to get married anymore. They prefer to be in partnerships or whatever the hell. Whatever. Okay? Miss Betty had been with her husband before he had any type of riches. And this is how he repaid her. He left her with nothing and gave everything to the new woman. Gave everything that he worked hard for to the new woman. That is torture. That's why, like, Betty's story has been in so many different movies. It's been in so many TV shows because it's something that it happens. It happens on different levels, but it happens. It happens. Women, what do women win in the end? Besides 2, 3, 4, 5 kids on our hips and a cheating husband who's making us look crazy out here in these streets, who got a family down the street, a family in New York, family in Chicago, family in Canada, family in Jamaica. His seeds are everywhere in the world. His penis done been everywhere in the world. How do we come back from that? Like, how do we combat this as women? Like, how do we combat a man not being able to control his penis? What do we do to make a man control his penis? We can't do anything besides cut it off. You cut it off, you're going to end up in the same place Betty's in jail. In jail. So let's listen to the rest of Betty's testimony, because what she had to say was very important. I think she was talking about Linda here.
Discuss the matter. She drove her car into.
Wait, no. She's actually talking about the assets. She mentioned it. The assets. That's what she was talking about.
His house.
I had no one to talk to. I just wanted to talk to Dan, and I bammed my car into his door.
Betty said Dan called the police, and she wound up in county mental health for 3 days. Betty Broderick always complained she couldn't get a fair hearing in this town when her husband was alive. Now that he's dead, she is getting her day in court. Lorraine Kimmel, News 8, downtown.
Oh, wow. Wow, wow. 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 Betty Betty. Her real name was Elizabeth Broderick. Lived her whole life anticipating a marriage, anticipating a life with children, anticipating the American dream, being married forever, you know? But the American dream is shifting more and more every day because women just have lost their foot in the game of life. We just don't want to tolerate certain behaviors from men anymore. So men just rather, like women just rather be single mothers. Women rather adopt. Women rather just be stuck by being pregnant. Sorry, I've been talking a lot, y'all. But women rather just be impregnated or inseminated by a stranger than to deal with the inconsistencies of a man, than to deal with the sporadic up and downness, randomness of a man. One day he's happy, next day he's replacing you. It's just crazy. And they always say that women are crazy, but it's because men make us crazy. We would be perfectly fine if men played their cards, if they just played it right. But men play dirty, they lie, they cheat, they don't play fair. They gaslight us, they make us seem like we're the ones who are the problem. We're the problem when they don't even address their issues. They don't address their demons. All of their problems are on us, right? We have to bear the brunt of the social issues in the society, but they fail to realize that men have to be accountable for their part as well, for driving women over the edge to where women don't even want to be submissive anymore. We no longer want to be submissive women. We want to be free. We want to earn our own money. We want to go to college. We want to be able to pay for our own house, buy our own house, put our own house in our own name. Don't need no man for no help, because men are they'll just switch up on you just like that. Let you have a bad year. Let you have one bad year. Let you be married for over 10 years and you have one bad year of your marriage where you're going through depression, or you're going through, your parent died, or something life-changing happened and you're just sad. Instead of that man sitting there comforting you and making you feel better and nursing you back to health like a woman would do, they just complain. They're just like, oh, you're not what you used to be. You're dumb. You're stupid. You're lazy. You're gaining too much weight. Oh my God, I'm staying out late at work tonight. I'm staying out late with the boys. I'm going out for a drink. Oh, you're crying again. I'm going out to my mom's house. I'm going to go play the game. Like, they just don't handle emotions. They don't try to. And I heard that when men try to manage their emotions, it brings their testosterone down. But my thing is, we don't live in a world where men are animals anymore. We don't live in a world where men have to hunt for food. We live in a world where you go to the grocery store, you buy your food, you go to the grocery store, put your food in a cart, go to checkout, pay for it, put it in your car, drive home, and boom, bring your groceries inside and you got groceries for the next 2 weeks or a month. How much testosterone do you need to do that? You don't have to hunt for food anymore. The society has been built up so well that you were born into a society where you just go to the store and you get food. So we expect men to also develop certain, like, women are tired. We're developing up our masculinity because we're tired of the treatment, because this isn't a life that we want to live, where women are just getting tossed away like an old sandwich, like we're just getting tossed to the side like the dirty socks or something, you know? Once we've been used up, we just tossed to the side. Like, women are tired of that. We are developing our masculinity. That's how women are evolving, because men are failing at developing their soft skills when it comes to relationships. Men need to get more intact with their feelings. I don't care what anybody says. I don't care if he says, oh, that's bringing down his masculinity. Oh, he needs his masculinity so that he can go make money, so that he can bring home the bacon and the ham and the cheese. But darling, you're suffering because your man doesn't know how to express his emotions. You're suffering because we're living in a generation of men who don't know how to express their emotions. They use sex. They express their emotions through sex. They express their feelings through sex. That's how they release their emotions, is through sex. That's why they're always horny. They always want to F. They always want to. And women, we're not like that. Women are just like, oh, I don't feel like it. I don't want to. I'm not turned on. Like, women need emotional stimulation in order for us to feel like we want to even do it. But men literally will want to do it because they don't get any emotional stimulation. The woman brings emotional stimulation. Right? Y'all, I think I'm going to dye my hair soon, because my hair has just been black for 4 years. So I think it's about that time for me to go ahead and add some color to my crown. I cut my hair like 10 months ago. I cut it up here, and it's already down my shoulders and down my back too. Length check. Length check. If I would have never cut my hair, so my hair would be like way like bra strap length. But you know, it is what it is. I don't really like long hair. I don't really like my real hair to be long, because when I'm sleeping, I like to just throw it up like this, or you know, put my bonnet on. But I literally don't like long hair. Like this right here, I'm only tolerating it because I just washed my hair. And I like how my hair feels when it's wet on my shoulders. But when my hair is dry and it's touching me, it just irritates me. It just irritates me. I like when my hair is like all moisturized with water, and it feels moist. And it smells good. It smells so good. It smells like my shampoo. I used the strawberry cream scent, and it smells so good. It was only $1, because that expensive stuff, it don't smell this good. Like, expensive shampoo doesn't smell this good. This the little cheap shampoos that I get from like Dollar Tree, like those Suave shampoos, they work so good with my hair because the smell stays. Like, they smell good and the smell stays in my hair. It stays. It smells so good. So yeah, the starter wife. Let me go ahead and finish this because I've been on here for a while. So like, yeah, like the starter wife. Like, women don't even want to be wives anymore. And as sad as it sounds, like a lot of us really secretly do want to get married inside. A lot of us do. We would love to have a family. It's just in our nature to want to have a family, like come like this with a man, become one with him, and build a community. It's just in our nature. However, you know, something that's very important to women, because we're not those women who who had to wait for a man to go out hunting. He had a spear, he had a bow and arrow, and he had to go to, 50 miles up north in order to kill a buffalo so that he can bring it back to the tribe and we can all eat. We're not living in those days anymore. We're living in the days where people are emotionally intelligent, things are developed here, things are easier. And you would think it would be easier for a man to be able to tap into his feelings so that we can get a lot of more things accomplished. But men are just doing the opposite. They're reverting back. They're reverting and staying and just not saying anything. They just prefer not to say anything than to, make the situation better and express how they feel. So it's not good to shame women. It's not good to shame women, to make women feel bad about how she feels. If you have a different opinion from her, it's better to just both of you guys put your opinions on the table and you guys respect each other's opinion and find a way to compromise. Find a way to meet in the middle. Find a way to make it work, But these days, men will let a woman have her way. And then out of nowhere, he's just done with her, There's no meeting in the middle emotionally. And I think when women wanted to go 50-50 financially, when women don't mind going 50-50 financially because they feel like, okay, if we go 50-50 financially, it's because I want to go 50-50 emotionally. They want to do 50-50 everything, right? Okay, we're going to go 50-50 on the bill, 50-50 on the kids, 50-50 on the cleaning, 50-50 on the emotions. But honey, the emotions are not included in that deal. Emotions are not included in that deal. Emotion, that's a plus and a given. If you find a guy that can effectively express himself, then hey, keep that dude. Keep him, marry him. There's some guys who are marriage material now. There's some guys who are marriage material. They know how to express their feelings. They're faithful. They're loyal. They're a woman's dream man. But there's a lot of men who aren't even marriage material, yet they want to sit there and tell a woman what to do, how to do it, when to do it. Like, sir, get your stuff together first, please. Like, sir, focus on yourself. I've been doing everything right, sir. Yet I still get victimized. That's like saying, that's like saying that a robber, like a freaking bank robbed itself. A bank can't rob itself. Like, you feel me? A bank can't rob itself. So that's what it feels like when these men gaslight us. They make all these insane rules, crazy rules, and we just have to deal. Nope, but women are evolving. Women are evolving. Women are evolving. These days, you tell a man that you want to be a housewife, they'll be like, oh. Oh, that went up my nose. Excuse me. So nowadays, you tell a man that you want to be a housewife, he's going to look at you like, I remember I literally told this guy that I want to be a housewife just to see how he would react. Oh, excuse me. Sorry, y'all. Oh, I don't have coronavirus. I promise you I don't. It was that spray. It was that perfume. Oh, it went up my nose. But yes, I told this guy that I want to be a housewife, right? He literally told me that he would not respect me if I decided to be a housewife. He's like, if I was paying all the bills and all you did was sit home, I wouldn't respect you. Whoa. That's some honesty for your ass in my Jody voice. That's some honesty for your ass. So yeah, like, I mean, to me, I'm like, in my head, I'm like, dude, you wouldn't even respect me anyways. Just the fact that you're saying that you wouldn't respect me, just let me know that you don't even respect me now. And there's nothing you can do as a woman. Like, there's so many things women can do to prove, like, to make a man respect them. But at the end of the day, he's still going to be an ass. You could be the realest woman ever. You could be like a real ass woman. When I tell you, oh my God, I know some real women, not no little girls. Like sometimes I feel like I'm still a little girl, but I met some real women, like including my friends, real women from the top to the bottom, from the bottom to the top. They just built for it. They built for this life. Like they built for it. So it doesn't matter. Those women still out here looking crazy because they're men. The men are retarded. The men have flaws, like major flaws. And they don't even realize, like men don't even realize, they don't care that they're breaking up their home. They don't care that they're breaking up their family. They don't care that they're traumatizing their children. They don't care if a woman has to have mental examinations after dealing with them. Men don't care. Men just don't care. And that's what men need to work on. You need to work on caring, okay? I understand that life is life, but we need men to focus on caring more. Caring more. Having more emotional intelligence. Because being logical is great and dandy. And yes, we need a lot more things in this world. But we need men to also be a tad bit of submissive to his woman as well. Okay, men that have that, I'm King Kong, I run this. Like men that have a tyrant disposition to women usually typically are not husband material. Those are just not great people to even be around most of the time. It's just the God honest truth. So yes, hey, if you guys are on the live, please give me a thumbs up, by the way. I didn't think I had to remind you guys, but hey, you know, it's YouTube. When you click on someone's video, you just, you know, thumbs up, click the thumbs up button. Even me, I've gotten into the habit of just when I click on somebody's live, I just thumbs up because I know it's the least I can contribute, even if I'm not donating. You know, if I like what they're saying, I can just thumbs up the video, you know? Or yeah. So life is full of ups and downs. Life is very unexpected. Life is something that there's a lot of things you just can't prepare for. The only thing you can prepare for is death. I hate to be so blunt about it, but it's true. The only thing that you can honestly know that's coming is death. So I advise everyone to live their best life and live the life that brings them joy and happiness. Whether, you know, it's being single, being married, even if your man ain't nothing. But hey, some women really get a lot of validation. They feel validated through having a man. That's their life goal, is to have a man. And a lot of people, including myself, I'm not like that. Like, I'm not here to baby a man and treat him like some type of king, especially if he hasn't even earned that. I'm the type of woman, you have to earn that with me. And there's a lot of men who feel the same way. You have to earn that with them. So cool, I'm in my corner, you in your corner. If we can't meet in the middle, if we can't compromise, then honestly, it's not gonna work. It's not gonna work with me, because I'm not gonna sit here and be 100% submissive to a man that I don't even trust, that hasn't even shown me that he's worthy of such submission. But with a woman, she has to deal with so much humiliation to prove that she's worthy of being a wife, or she's worthy of having a man, even though that man isn't man of the year. He isn't like, He's just a man. Like, he's just a guy with a penis. Like, he's just a guy. But yeah, you guys, love yourself. Trophies. Do your thing always. And yeah, I'll see you guys on the next video.